Hey everybody, it's Kyle coming to you from my basement. Oh, what a week it has been. Yeah, lots of things. Last weekend was a pretty busy one. Not as busy as the weekend before that, thank God, but it wasn't a cakewalk either. But let's talk about some things that are good that's going on for me right now. Good stuff. My job is great. I talked to both my boss and my boss's boss last week and just one-on-ones, and both of them were just adamant about telling me how much they love the work I'm doing. So that's really great. I mean, that feels awesome. It's a good feeling to be recognized and to be commended on what it is you're doing. Especially since when I started, I wasn't 100% sure, that what I had gone through when I showed my resume and reel and all that stuff, if it was going to fit in here. But it seems like that's exactly what they wanted. So, perfect. Pretty happy to hear that. That made me feel really good. What else is good that's going on? I mean, school's getting ready to end. So that's pretty good. And, we're getting right into the work deal. So my daughter will actually start lifeguarding this summer. She's now gone through all the training and everything. And both her and my son will be lifeguarding. So he's got a couple years under his belt. This will be her first year. But, I think it's going to be a good experience for her. She's definitely looking to save up some money to get certain vehicle that she's wanting when it's time to drive and all that jazz. So, yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, and I mean, really, that's it. I mean, I've just been having some time just hanging out and stuff with my wife and my family, and it's just been really cool. We had a great Mother's Day experience. It was a lot of fun. Everybody had a good time, and yeah, there you go. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break, everybody. No, I'm not. I always forget that. There is no quick break. There's no reason for a break anymore. No problem. Let me go into what I'm into right now. I think the first thing we talk about usually is music. Yeah, I mean, nothing new. I do have a couple of those vinyl Moon records coming. The one that's in my subscription is on its way, and along with it, there's another one that is kind of an advance order thing. I think I told you guys a little bit about it. Pretty interesting. So I'm looking forward to getting those and spinning those two. That'll be pretty awesome. And, last weekend my son, he worked with some friends and everything to help clean out one of his friend's grandma and grandpa's house. And, of course he sent me pictures. Hey, look at all these records. And I was like, okay, well, if there's any there you think I'll be interested in when I come back and pick you up, because we had to share the car that day. When I come back to pick you up, just, put those all in a pile and I'll go through them real quick when I get there. And so that's what he did. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty interesting. There's a bunch of different ones that he found, and I'll put pictures of some of this stuff up on the on the pictures link that I normally have. But yeah, there was some really interesting stuff in there. I mean, nothing too, mainstream and modern like we're all kind of used to nowadays. But, kind of the type of thing where, older stuff that's kind of, it's great music and everything, but it's not really popular. So, interesting. Yeah, there's a Maynard Ferguson album in there that's really good. There's 3 singles that we found. We Are the World, which is a big one. That's a big song. The Blues Brothers, Give Me Some Lovin' and She Got the Katy. And then Steve Martin and the Toot Uncommons. I didn't know that's what his backup band was called, but King Tut. There was also the Superman, the movie, the original soundtrack or score, which is pretty cool. I had that when I was younger. There's a bunch of Wagner in here. So 3 scenes from Wagner. Pretty interesting album there that I found. Lohengrin, Bridal Chamber Scene, that's in there. Um, some Haydn. And the funny thing about this one is unopened. It's from 1974, so 50 years old almost. But Symphony 94 and Symphony 101. Then there's one of those kind of loungy sounding albums. You know how I like those guys. But there's one called Latin Escapade by the George Shearing Quintet. It's really good. Played that one last night. This is Sinatra by Frank Sinatra. Judy by Judy Garland. Living in the USA by Linda Ronstadt. And then kind of an interesting one. There was in 1966, I believe, there was a set put out of 4 records, and they were all stories to go along with comic books, but they were basically the stories were done on the album. You could kind of turn and read the pages of the comic while you listen to the story. I had stuff like this when I was younger. I didn't have these. I had a Spider-Man one, and Mikey and I actually connected. I think he had that one on cassette, but I had it on vinyl. This is very similar to that. Or I also had The Hobbit that way, and I had Disney Christmas Carol, Mickey Mouse's Christmas Carol too. And I love those. I listen to them all the time. And then there's Lou Rawls' Unmistakably Lou. And then there's a real gem in there. It's Der Ring der Nibelungen. Okay, it's Wagner, and it's, I believe, 5 different, or not 5 different, I guess it's 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 different pieces by Wagner, including, the Valkyrie. But yeah, it's pretty wild. Like, each one has at least 3 records to it. Some of them have 6. And then there's also a hardbound book in the mix. And yeah, I mean, that one's a little more valuable. But, I told them, I'll look into it. If it's a possibility to sell it, I will definitely reach out and let them know. Now, that Avengers one, the Captain America Avengers one, that one's more of a possibility. There's actually one for sale right now. I'm sure it's perfect and has the comic and all that jazz in it. Yeah, it comes with hard to find record with original Avengers comic book, both in very good condition. Cover has a little bit of wear. That one is being sold right now on Discogs for $1,000. This one doesn't have the comic book. I would say it's in good condition. I don't know about very good. So we're probably looking more at like $40 or so for that one. But, both of those I'm more than willing to sell for them and use my Discogs account to sell. And then, I told them that when I picked them up, they were like, don't worry about it, just take them. But I could never, sell those and just keep all the money because it has nothing to do with me really. So, but anyway, there's those. Pretty cool. Yeah, and that's it on music. Nothing really new. Just kind of waiting on those records. Oh, Tiger Army 3, that record is on its way. It'll be here Friday. I ordered it months ago. They finally have a new batch of those coming out, and so should be picking that one up. Or that one should be dropping off here this week, too, so that's kind of cool. All right, on to movies. We did, one of the things my wife wanted to do on Mother's Day was go see a movie. She wanted to go see Guardians of the Galaxy 3. We did go as a family, and we took all 4 of us and took my son's girlfriend as well. And it was great, man. Dude, all 3 of those Guardians of the Galaxy movies are great, in my opinion. I love all 3 of them. So it's a really good movie. If you haven't had the chance to see it, check it out. Trust me. All right, and after that, well, I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But other things that I'm watching, I've been watching this new series on Netflix. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Missing, Alive or Dead, or something like that. Let's see here. So I emailed Mikey about it last night. Missing, Dead or Alive on Netflix is pretty solid. Yeah, so he was going to check it out last night. He's still down near Atlanta, popping dents. But anyway, I've been watching that. That's a really good series on Netflix. If you get a chance, check it out. Highly suggest that one. Other than that, we're still just rifling through the last of the Seinfelds, and nothing new really besides that. What am I reading? Nothing. Nothing. I did listen to more of my audiobook when I mowed the lawn the last time, and it's really good. I like it a lot. Haven't even had a chance to watch that Silo stuff, just because we've just been busy. So it's going to start settling down a little bit, though. Thank goodness. All right, and what about video games? Well, yeah, there you go. There's kind of a big one actually this time. And the funny thing is, I know I talked about Black Mesa last time I had this show going, the last episode of the show. It's not that. I came across a really good collection on Humble Bundle. I think I've talked about them before. They do these bundles of games and really good price and all that stuff. And anyway, they had a really good one from Capcom. They had one, and it had a ton of games in it for $30 minimum. But they had one for $1 that came with 5 games, or 4 at least. And the one that I really wanted, which was Lost Planet 3, was in there. So I grabbed that. I got Lost Planet 3, the updated version of Bionic Commando, Strider, and then a Mega Man collection, which has 1 through 6. So I've never been a big Mega Man fan, but I'll try it out. And then podcasts, nothing really new there either. Pretty much the same stuff that I have been listening to. More Y-Files, which I love. There have been some new episodes of Bone Valley that have come out that have been pretty interesting. The last one was really touching about the parole hearing and all that. So, yeah, I'll put a link to that show. You really got to check that show out if you haven't. That's it on podcasts. Nothing really else to say. Like I said, we did have a great Mother's Day Sunday. I actually drove and went to meet my mom, and we had lunch together and gave her a gift that we had gotten her. And then, like I said, I came back here and met the fam. We went and saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and then my wife chose to go to Tipsy Taco. So we all went together to go eat dinner, and it was just really a good time, a good ending to that weekend, and a good Mother's Day experience all the way around. But, yeah, that is it, guys. There is no more information I have for you this week. I appreciate you guys listening. I hope you're enjoying these episodes still. I know they're pretty short. But who knows if any of the stuff I have in mind for the future is going to pan out. We'll have to wait and see. That's all, though. It's been raining like crazy here the last couple days. It was really hot last week, and then it's been raining pretty crazy. It's messing with my eyes, seriously, my allergies. I actually went and saw the allergist yesterday for a checkup, and he said that grass pollen's really active right now, but then when you throw in this rain on top of that, there's so much moisture in the air, mold is what starts to mess with people, and so he is assuming that's what it is. I can't disagree. I mean, it was so bad I couldn't really sleep last night, and I maybe got like 4.5 hours of sleep, so that sucked. But it doesn't really matter because I'm going to have to mow the lawn anyway, right? Even though I'm allergic to it. So if you happen to be right around in this area and you're driving around, you see my house, do me a favor, get off my lawn.